Does anybody else remember Webkinz? If you're anything like me, you forget it exists for a very long time, and then you randomly see a stuffed animal that resembles the old plushies. This sends you into a month-long obsession with the game, where you make an account, order one of the new plushies online, and play every single day. Then you forget about it and the cycle repeats 6 months later. It's very similar to the random obsessions I have with Minecraft. If you were not a Webkinz kid, this is a toy come-to-life game. A stuffed animal would have a code on it, you'd redeem that code and take care of your new digital pet and play online games. This is a heavily nostalgic game for many of us. There are even many TikTokers who post daily about Webkinz. It's not just about the nostalgia, it's about the state of the internet that was inviting to children. There are still MMOs for kids, but none of them have reached the level of Webkinz. For many kids, Webkinz was their first online world and digital space made just for them. The main questions I want to be answering in this video are, why did Webkinz gain popularity so quickly and how did it fade? Where did all the online spaces for children go and why do they matter? Is it still a good game and what's the deal with this reboot? Webkinz represents a lost model of online spaces built for children, not just monetized through them. Before we get started on the rise of Webkinz, I want to discuss what made it so addictive. It wasn't just a game. It had emotional ownership and routine. The fact that you had a physical plush made the game feel more real and made the responsibility hit even harder. In the game, you need to complete many daily activities to ensure your pet was happy and healthy. You'd feed your pet, go to school, get a job, go mining, go to the arcade, and so much more. Keeping in mind, this was also free. Well, sort of. Webkinz didn't start out as free. You had to buy a physical plush to make the account, but you did get a stuffed animal out of it, so it was okay. In 2012, they ditched the plushies and made the game free to play. All plushes became digital from an e-store. You'd think that would kill the game faster than anything, but this new setup increased the player base a lot. The main reasons Webkinz became so popular so fast was because it was the early internet. Everything on the internet at the time was considered fascinating and amazing, especially for kids. It was 2005 when it came out. Everything was cool back then. Kids were more and more interested in technology in that era, and I was no exception. It was also a browser-based game. It was easy to log on and parents really didn't have to help set it up. I have a vivid memory of my password for my first Webkinz account being ABC123. I am still shocked to this day that that password was not taken and my account never got hacked. I also think that screen time wasn't really a thing back then. The parents didn't have to worry about Webkinz because it was made for kids. It had a pretty educational formula. You weren't just collecting pets, you were adopting them and caring for them. There were also many restrictions on the chat feature, so it was safe for the kids. I also think that parents felt they had some control over it. They were the ones buying the stuffed animal, so they had some say in what was going on in the digital world. Another reason I believe this game gained so much popularity is because of its ownership that kids had over it. It was their space. They had their own username they got to pick out, pets that they got to name and dress up, and a house they got to decorate. They had an identity in this game. I think that Webkinz also provides a space for kids to learn about the internet and the online world. They learned about the rules they had to follow, etiquette when chatting online, and moderation. Webkinz limits many of its features to once a day. This taught kids early in life that good things exist in moderation, a lesson that many modern-day gaming doesn't teach. Newer online spaces like YouTube and Roblox do not limit anything to daily activities. I believe this is why attention spans are so short and kids get bored so easily. These spaces are also not friendly for kids. Unfortunately, we fallen into a timeline where the internet really isn't a safe space for anyone anymore. The big thing that Webkinz did that made it so popular was that it taught kids how to be online without throwing them into the internet. Next, I want to discuss how Webkinz came to fade. Now, it really didn't fully fade. Webkinz still gets consistent updates and even a whole new game. There are still plushies being made, even though they kind of look weird and not as good as like the old ones. The main reason Webkinz became less popular was the main reason that most things became less popular. The industry changed, Flash died, and mobile games became extremely popular. I know that Webkinz does have a mobile game, but it really doesn't work that well on mobile. Also, faster content became more popular and there was always constant stimulation. The audience for Webkinz was us, and there was not many newer audience replacing the aging audience. I tried to get my nieces into Webkinz, but they weren't really into it. They said it was too old and too boring. I'm not bringing this up because I have rose-colored goggles on. I'm bringing this up because of the societal shift. Webkinz isn't an in-your-face game about constant action and stimulation. Webkinz wasn't the only game that fell. Many from our childhood did. Club Penguin, Wizard 101, Movie Star Planet. The question remains, did Webkinz fade because kids changed or because the internet did? I'd say both. This brings me to the next idea I'd like to explore. Where did all the online spaces go for children? Now, children and adults share the same online space. This is a very dangerous thing. As a teacher, I see the direct results of children sharing the internet. They have tiny attention spans, show signs of low self-worth, and have spoken out about always feeling left out or that their life isn't as good as everyone else's. It's pretty sad. I think algorithms have replaced community online, and this is harming the youth. Even Roblox, a game that should be for kids, is taken over by adults. Not all adults use online space to be creepy, but many of them do. Safety seems to be a reactive now instead of a built-in. There are rules and regulations of online spaces, but that doesn't mean that people follow them or find workarounds. Webkinz was a safe online space for children. The chat is so limited and the friend system is perfected to be anti-creep. There is a complete loss of intentional design for child development. These online spaces for kids do matter a lot. I hate to say it, but everyone needs to know how to use the internet and exist in an online space. Almost every single job requires the use of the internet, even if it's just sending an email. Online spaces for children allow them to learn that space and understand how to act in it. Additionally, a huge issue that I am facing as a teacher is the lack of internet literacy that many high school students have. They struggle to navigate websites and use search engines. Online spaces built for kids like Webkinz teach them this indirectly. They teach them to problem solve, navigate the internet, and interact with people online in a respectful manner. I think in the big year of 2026, we should bring back curated worlds instead of infinite feeds. Let me get off my soapbox now. Let's talk about whether Webkinz is still a good game in today's standards. I got the idea for this video while playing Webkinz while I was procrastinating on grading essays. Returning to this game as an adult is amazing. It's not just nostalgic, it's comforting and low stakes. Listen, I am a gamer. I'll show you my game library sometime, but not right now. This game is cozy. It is very routine based. Not only is that comforting for adults, but it's beneficial and educational for kids. I would consider Webkinz one of the best cozy games out there. I don't play too many cozy games because I'm way more interested in Silent Hill F right now. However, I do want to say that one of the most popular cozy games out there, Stardew Valley, stresses me out. I love that game. I have over 200 hours in it, and I have never felt relaxed during a single hour. The second that rooster crows in the game, it is go time. I don't think I've ever experienced more rage in a video game than trying to catch the legendary fish. Anyway, back to Webkinz. The stakes are low that you can do everything at your own pace and enjoy the game. I mean, you have all day to do the daily activities, and there is no punishment for not doing them. I mean, yeah, your pet will, look sad if you don't feed it, but, it's not gonna die. I'd say it's a great game, and if you want a cozy game, it's perfect. The games are fun in the arcade. They are just copies of games that are already good, but that's fine. One of my favorite things to do in Webkinz is to go mining. I know that it's pretty much PG gambling, but I like seeing what gem I get. When I was a kid, I had 2 of the crowns, and I was so proud of myself. I will note that there is a deluxe membership. It's like $30 a year or something like that. It's not too bad. When you make an account, you get 3 days for free. When I was in college, I bought the membership on Black Friday, and I forget to cancel it every single year, so I still have this membership. Anyway, the games are fun, it's cozy, and it's adorable. I'd say every human on Earth should probably be playing this game and enjoying it. I'd like to talk about the reboot now. Spoiler alert, it sucks. I think it lost so much of its charm from being converted into 3D. It just looks wrong and gross. 2D animation is such a lost art, and it's tragic. 2D art is creative and just as impressive, if not more impressive, than 3D art. I'm an idiot, but even I can watch a donut tutorial for Blender and make some kind of 3D model. I could never make anything as cute as the original Webkinz art. This new Webkinz tries way too hard to be modern. Yes, we live in a world of 3D games, and most animated movies are 3D animations now. That doesn't mean we have to suck the life out of everything. Remember when Club Penguin went 3D? How'd that work out? Oh yeah, everybody hated it. Let's not do that to the beloved Webkinz. I don't think I'll ever play this version of Webkinz when the original is just clearly so much better. I am glad they didn't shut down the old Webkinz. I think deep down the people at Webkinz know that the original is what is keeping them afloat. To sum up, I think that Webkinz was the perfect digital space for children to learn internet literacy. It's a huge part of my childhood, and I'll keep returning to it when I'm feeling nostalgic. I know many of us hold a special place for Webkinz in our heart. For many, it was their first real space that belonged to them. It makes me sad to see the internet shift in such a negative way. Even YouTube seems to be that way. The charm, creativity, and personality of old internet is fading away and being replaced with algorithms and monetization. Webkinz didn't just disappear, it was replaced by something louder, faster, and less gentle. I want to leave everyone with one final thought. What kind of internet are we building for the children of today?